Yeah, I've been approached many, many times over the years by companies to talk about and promote and maybe be a spokesman for their technology, and I've refused literally every single time. When the ZERONA team approached me, first of all, it was sort of a gut feeling thing. I met the main scientist, I met the owners of the company, the people behind it, and they were all essentially solid guys. You could tell. A lot of the companies that approach me, I'm just wary even of their approach. This team just had a solid approach, and they didn't try to sell me on the most dramatic of their results. In fact, I remember that at the first meeting at dinner, I asked them, what are some of your most dramatic results that you've seen? And they said, frankly, we don't like to talk about those. We don't want to brag about the dramatic results. We like to say what we have been finding consistently, and I like that answer right there. And every question that I, as a plastic surgeon, was about to ask them, they expounded upon that idea before I could ask them. I was about to ask them what happens to, for example, fatty levels in the blood. They answered that question before I could ask them. I was going to ask them about electron microscopy studies. They answered that question before I could even ask the question. So they were proactive in telling me everything that I wanted to know before I could even ask them the question. People have often asked me if this is can kickstart you into a kind of a healthier lifestyle, and I say yes. In fact, I've seen some patients do that where they were having trouble motivating themselves, and they come into the office for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks of this, painless, no recovery, treatment that you can literally take a nap during, all of a sudden they see some improvement in their body image, and they say, my God, this is exciting. Then I think that can propel them to further lifestyle changes. Yeah, in terms of the ZERONA and its painless nature, people are sometimes skeptical. I have to keep emphasizing, no, seriously, you literally lay there. I've taken naps when I've had my ZERONA treatments. It's great. Or you can get your BlackBerry, whatever you want to do. You sit there, you can do whatever you want. It literally is painless. There literally is no recovery. So it's one of those things that almost sounds too good to be true. And if I didn't see with my own eyes, I would think the same thing. Yeah, some people ask how I sell the treatment, and in fact, I don't. It sells itself. Even though we've done zero marketing with the ZERONA, we have people clamoring for it at this point. A lot of it is word of mouth. We have actually a few high-profile actresses and local television personalities in Los Angeles that come in for it, and they're telling all their friends about it. So all the studio executive wives and the agents' wives and the celebrities before photo shoots and video shoots and concerts and this and that are coming in for it. So the word of mouth is just spread like wildfire. Currently, my pre-existing esthetician that we had pre-ZERONA is doing the ZERONA. The problem is, if you want to call it a problem, is that she's devoting almost all her time to the ZERONA because it's so incredibly popular. So we're in the midst of actually hiring a second esthetician and hopefully getting a second, or probably very shortly after that, a third ZERONA, because it's just hugely popular. And I literally think that right now we could have 3 ZERONAs going 6 or 7 days a week, full time. I mean, that's how popular this thing is. Frankly, we haven't even promoted it other than word of mouth right now. So once that gets out into the public, my God, it's going to be a stampede, I think.